Hi there, this is Javi from Guitar Paintings. This video is a short prelude to the tutorial on the arrangement of Georgia on my mind. Now, I wanted to do a short video where I told you what I think you need before, in order to face the arrangement of any piece. And so I've come up with three main important things. First one is you need to know the chords. And this you can find on the internet, or you can work them out by ear. In the case of Georgia in My Mind, actually I really liked a version that I saw on Swift Lessons, which is a channel where they have lessons for guitarists, and I really like the version they had there. The chords they put there are more basic than the usual jazz chords that you hear, and so yeah, I got them from there, and then I changed some of them a little bit to my taste. So yeah, once I had those chords, now you need to know where they are on the guitar. So you might know there's a G. Well, the G is in many places in the guitar, and you need to, I think, play it a little bit and get used to it. And probably it's a good idea to sing it as you play it. It doesn't matter if you're not a singer, but just to get the feel of it. Now, once you know the chords and you know where the chords are, and hopefully you've played it a little bit singing, then you need to know the melody. Obviously, if you've sung it, then you are familiar with it. But again, you need to find where the melody is in the guitar. Now, here you need to find, if your aim is to do an arrangement, especially for solo guitar, you need to find where the melody is with respect to the chord. So if you are saying G major again, the first chord in the song, you need to know where the melody is in that position. And if you look at my tutorial, you will see the details. But if you cannot find the melody note somewhere in that position where your fingers are, then maybe you need to find another position for that same chord. And that's really the key for arranging, as in how to find the fingerings. So you're in that chord and you try to find with the fingers the melody notes. Normally the melody notes are chord tones as well, so you are already pressing one of those notes in general. But sometimes it can be more tricky. Yeah, and the last and probably most important part is, okay, now you've got this, you know the melody, you know the chords, now it's a time to be creative. So you need to start experimenting on how you're gonna play it with maybe different rhythms, different registers. You can play the same thing an octave higher, or you decide that you want it sharper, but it's it's too high on the guitar. So maybe you want to change the key, and that depends on what your knowledge in harmony is. But sometimes you need to transport to a different key. Or you might use a capo if you just want it sharper and you don't want to complicate your life. And then finally, the most creative part maybe is fills, or things that you do that are not in the original song. So little solos in between where there's musical spaces. And for this, of course, is where you need the most knowledge, or really where you have to experiment the most. Even if you don't know what a blue note is, probably by ear you will do it, or chord substitutions. You might experiment with different chords and etc. There's many things to do, and of course the more knowledge you have of music theory, the better, or the more possibilities you will find. But just experimenting is really important. It's better to experiment first and then read the theory and realize, actually what I was doing is here in a book, than the other way around, that having lots of theory in your head and hardly ever using it. So yeah, now be sure to check the tutorial where I explain in detail how I did the arrangement. And as usual, if you like these videos, please subscribe, and see you again soon.